In the Brian Cates series from the Epoch Times, Year of Vindication, Part 2, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Published March 20th, 2020. President Donald Trump surprised everyone on March 15th by suddenly tweeting about a potential full pardon for his former national security advisor, retired Army Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. An immediate furor erupted over Trump's tweet for a variety of reasons. The country is currently in the midst of a serious national emergency caused by the CCP virus, so plenty of voices have been yelling that Trump needs to be focusing on that instead of on Flynn's case. One such example was a tweet by Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat of California. The chief reason for the commotion is this, however. For more than 3 years, Flynn's scalp hanging from the belt of Robert Mueller's special counsel team has been considered a huge trophy in both the Democrats' and the mainstream media's war against the current president. The sudden introduction of the idea that Flynn might not be scalped after all would be a most bitter pill for the Trump resistance to swallow. But the official story of how Flynn's scalp came to be taken has raised many serious questions since he entered his guilty plea in the courtroom of Judge Rudolph Contreras on December 1st, 2017. Very serious accusations of official misconduct by key Department of Justice and FBI people involved in the case have been leveled, based on publicly available evidence. We knew very little about Spygate on December 1st, 2017, the day Flynn entered that guilty plea in Contreras' courtroom. That is no longer the case in March of 2020. We've since learned much about the FBI's use of media contacts to sow strategic leaks in the national news targeting Flynn as a key part of the Russiagate hoax. This forced the general's resignation as Trump's NSA. These same strategic leaks were used to instigate a perjury investigation against Flynn, which culminated in the FBI handing off its case to Mueller's special counsel's office. The prosecutors moved so quickly to secure a plea bargain with Flynn's former lawyers that no official indictment was ever made in the case. The next development that is being awaited in this long-running fiasco of a case is for Judge Emmett Sullivan to decide if the general can withdraw his plea of guilty. One of two things is going to happen. Sullivan doesn't allow Flynn to withdraw his guilty plea and proceeds to sentence him, meaning Flynn will then be a convicted felon, instantly eligible for a full presidential pardon that Trump is considering. Or, two, Sullivan allows Flynn to withdraw the plea, and then it would be up to lead prosecutor Brandon Van Grack to make a decision as to whether to proceed. But Van Grack is well aware of what happens if this case goes to trial. Flynn's lead defense counsel, Sidney Powell, would make him put James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, and Lisa Page on the witness stand. And Powell wouldn't stop there. She would also insist on calling to the stand the second agent who was present for the January 24th, 2017 interview with Flynn at the White House. Van Grack would have to produce FBI Special Agent Joseph Pientka. That would represent a massive problem for Van Grack, because the main players who built the perjury case against Flynn are currently themselves key targets in a federal criminal investigation being run out of the DOJ by U.S. Attorney John Durham. Many of the same former FBI personnel weren't just involved in the creation of the perjury case against Flynn, but also in the FISA court abuses related to the Carter Page warrant and its renewals. My current take is that if Sullivan allows the withdrawal of the guilty plea, Van Grack is going to immediately move to dismiss the case rather than attempt to get a conviction. That's why the Mueller prosecutors are seeking to delay everything until after they see what Durham and his investigative team have found and collected during their investigation into Russiagate's origins. The more we find out about these dirty cops, the worse they look, and the better Flynn looks. And it's not just Flynn, it's the same for all the other people targeted during this ever-growing Spygate scandal. That's not an accident or a lucky coincidence. It's a revealing trend.